Sir, do you have any questions?
The stop motion.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you done that before?
No, we're going to have to do some practice shots with it. I started like practicing with an app on the iPad which was stop motion at the weekend just to see how it would work. But I think using a camera, obviously you'd have to use the tripod really steadily to not like move the camera at all to get it right.
What is stop motion?
It's where you take photos instead of film and then you put the photos together so it looks like it's almost like fragmented.
How are you going to do that with him being, because you know you said you wanted them to be stop motion but him normal, do you know?
If we use a white background then we can kind of do photos and then film him and then we can
Oh,
wait
like a
to
green
each other.
screen.
Yeah, using an overlay effect on when we go to edit it.
Oh,
We'll
yeah, on
take
the-
different
yeah.
You can do things on Final Cut where you can have two pieces of footage like together and put them together.
That's what she showed us in there and it's that overlay.
Yeah, we probably have to export the stop motion as one file before we overlaid it.
So you're starting to experiment with editing, which sounds like it's good, and how to film that properly. Will the lighting be kind of impacted by the kind of editing effect? Have you kind of thought about that? Well, you said the lighting changes, didn't you? Slowly it's going to get overexposed or underexposed, rather the two.
We would do it instead of like gradually turning the lights down or something, like using cuts. So
To adjust the opacity
so
of
start
it.
off, yeah. I don't know if you've seen the XX video where
Yeah.
something like that happens, where like they start off really light and then every cut it gets darker and darker.
Mhm.
So probably doing something like that.
Okay. And you said no instruments in this. Did you guys, as an audience, do you see instruments in this
That's
song?
what I said, not sure about maybe that. I just sort of see like a band or something like playing, not even for long, but like just seeing some music being played.
Yeah, I put down the tempo was very strong at the beginning, and I do see instruments, but I'm not sure I see more than one person in it. I see maybe the person playing all three instruments at different times.
Yeah, and I don't think it like should be in it a lot, but just like a little bit.
So who else?
Like close-ups of instruments.
How many of you see like instruments in this song? I mean, it sounds like Grace and myself. So.
Yeah.
Not like a massive part of it, just
No,
like
no,
big
no.
bands.
Just
Watching
I feel as though the editing and the concept would be strong enough.
Okay. So to what's going to make
I feel
it?
like it's one singer and the original band, we were trying to create the new identity. So we thought that we'd do one male singer, therefore we don't usually with just individual artists see them playing lots of instruments in, because they're usually conceptual.
The only thing I'd
videos.
say about like this song is it's like a lot of it is music as well as the singing. Like you sort of hear the music more than the singing. The singing's quite like
But you're saying you're going to try to drive that through the editing. Is that what you're going to try to convey that?
Yeah, it's like editing to the beat. Maybe if we have like close-ups of some instruments.
It's just something, obviously, just get some feedback and things to think about.
Yeah.
What areas are you guys so concerned about with your video that maybe you can get some feedback on?
So you know the location has South Creek? So is it not like, is it just going to be like one place with a plain background?
Yeah.
That's just like the only location?
So then we can like control the light.
Yeah.
So if we film outside then it might be too dark. But we
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So are you guys, any areas that you kind of are still concerned about with your idea?
Like the identity of the male singer, we know that we wanted to do maybe colour blocking on his face, like the face paint, but sometime, I don't know if there was any ideas about how we could create the identity of the male singer, like the most alternative genre, but we're struggling to like develop the idea, because we had the idea of like painting on their face. faces.
Painting on their faces. What do you guys?
I think painting on the faces would be like taking away his identity. It's like putting something over him.
How would you paint the face? Is that what you're struggling with?
Yeah, we're talking about how we would actually do it.
Why do you want to paint the face?
Well, because we looked at that artist.
Oh, yeah, the one that okay.
The embroidery over the top.
Okay.
And then we kind of thought about how with the Dells video and with the worship video as well, they use a lot of colour.
Yeah.
And in the worship video we looked at with our mood boards, they used coloured paint dripping over their faces.
Yeah.
Obviously we wasn't going to do that because that's quite far out and you wouldn't be able to see the artist at all, but we thought we could maybe, you know, go with the artistic influence and try and structure his face in a way like other alternative artists sometimes do that. If it's like a mouth, they try to be shown as creative and thought that could be a way of doing it.
I think that would look good if we can do it right.
Because there's some, like maybe doing sort of things where you help the lighting. So if it's like lit from one side, then you kind of paint the shadows, but in colour on their face or something like that. But we're just kind of unsure about how
Okay.
far we've got to take it, but to make it like quite
Is it
subtle.
be like one thing the whole time we're gonna like change the colour of them, like or like where the colour is and stuff?
Well, as it's being overexposed, then we were going to change them, either remove the paint or just completely blacken out the whole shot at the end because it's going from light to dark, and the middle section would be where he was all colourful, and we'd like play around with the coloured backgrounds and things, but as it gets darker maybe removing the paint or painting in grey or changing it to a black and white effect or something.
I just picture his face being maybe like if you had it framed. I saw one of your shots. You've got you've got half of his face in the frame, and then that's the paint. I saw that video on your blog. But what if you had that? So you've got a red background and you had half his face painted green, or you played with some of the colors there.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Because with the colour wheel, if you choose the ones opposite each other, then it would create like an impact.
Even like you know that photos video when he's like being like painted
Yeah.
his body, I think that is
That's stop motion. That goes on. Yeah. Paint like tiny dots.
Yeah, that one is very time consuming. What about kind of you flick paint, that type of use of color?
It'd be so much fun.
Yeah, it is.
That would be good, I think. I don't know, because we have like,
going for like the structure kind of thing.
yeah, we can have like the
Like
main
the
one
spectrum.
which is structured, and then because you've got the spectrum of different colours.
Mhm.
But then we can have like the main one in block colours, and then the people around him with like only a little bit of paint.
Okay. Any more questions for Stephanie and Hannah? Concerns? Okay. All right, who wants to go next?
Someone else.
You're good.